Because there's like so many videos on YouTube with like, teach your 3-year-old to read. I'm like, my 3-year-old just learned to talk. So hello, welcome here. My name is Kaylee. Today I'm going to be sharing homeschool, like our homeschool schedule, homeschool routine with BookShark. Before I get started, I want to say that, what did I want to say? I wrote down what I wanted to say. So I want you to do what works for you and your kids and your teaching style, your kids' learning style. You know, just because I'm using so-and-so curriculum doesn't mean you have to do that. If what is working for you and your family, then keep it. And if it's not working, then see how you can change it. And so if you've come to this video to see what the BookShark curriculum is all about, so I hope that I can give you a good idea of what's in the BookShark curriculum. And also if you're just curious about how I homeschool right now. So Eli, my oldest, is the one like I'm mostly focusing on because I have an almost 4-year-old. He will be 4 in April, so in about less than 2 months, and then I have an 8-month-old baby. So Eli right now, he's 6, so he's my main focus with homeschool, and he is doing BookShark Level A, which is for the ages of 5 to 7. I love some of the stuff in BookShark, and some of the books I don't really love. So far we are on week 19 of the schedule. We did get the curriculum like a month into school just because we go through a charter school, charter school, so I get my curriculum from them. And so the order got put in like later, like in July. So by the time I got it, it was like 2 months after that. I feel like with being on week 19, I do have, actually we're gonna be on week 20. We just finished week 19. But with doing 20 weeks of this curriculum, I do have a good grip and idea of what it's all about. So with our homeschool routine, what we start off lately the past week, sometimes I switch it up, but what I have been liking to do is getting math out of the way first thing. I think with BookShark you can choose either out of 2 different math curriculums, but I chose this one, Math UC Primer. I've heard a lot of good stuff about this, so I was like, hey, I'm gonna try it. And so far I really like it. I really like the blocks it comes with. I really like how simple it is and straightforward, and I like the video too. It comes with a video thing, and sometimes at the beginning of the week we'll watch the segment of the lesson that we have to watch for the curriculum, and the video is only like 5 minutes long, and it's super simple because it's only, you know, level A math. But anyways, so what I do is, if you can tell, there is a gap right here because I'll rip out a page, let him do the page, and then I will put it into a different binder, his math binder, just because as time went on, it was getting too hard for him to hold the book down while writing. And right now we are on lesson 18C. There is 30 lessons in this one. We're on page 18C, and he is counting by tens right now. Moving on. And then after we do our math, I get out his other binder. So BookShark comes with like a huge binder, but I do not use the huge binder. What I do is I take sections out of the huge binder. So right now we have sections 19, or lessons 19 through 24. So after math, we go right into read alouds. So usually with master books, it will go something to do with geography or social studies or history. They have this book called Living Long Ago. We look at that book so much, and they have a children's encyclopedia which has lots of pictures, lots of information. Sometimes they'll have us pull from that book and read 2 pages out of it. But the one book my son does not like for the history is the story of exploration. I was reading it to him, and I feel like it's just not for his grade level. I'm not 100% sure why they put that book in level A. I honestly think that book could honestly be for 4th or 5th graders, or like a level C or something. But that's just my opinion. And even, I was reading it to him, and I was interested in it, but I'm an adult, and he just kind of was not interested in it. So I'm not going to force it on him, and that would just make me frustrated and him frustrated. And if you guys know, doing read alouds with multiple children can be tricky. You have to give them something to do while you're reading aloud. Otherwise, you might get frustrated with telling them to like be quiet. So after the history or geography read alouds, we will do another kind of like chapter book read aloud. And right now we are doing the book Grain of Rice, and I really like that one. So far we've done a few of them. I want to say like I've read 6 books out loud to them so far. But the one we did not like was The House on Pooh Corner. They just weren't interested in that one, and I wasn't really interested in it either. That one might be like a classic, I'm not sure, but it wasn't interesting to us. So with curriculum, I don't want to force anything, and if it's not interesting to me, then it's probably not going to be interesting to my children. But that's just my opinion. And then another thing, so usually for the read alouds, we'll have 3 read alouds, like a history geography one, a fun chapter book, and then poems. And the poems are always pretty short and simple and sweet. So those are it for the read alouds. And then sometimes with history, they'll have like a developmental activity, which is optional. Sometimes I'll read it, and if I want to do it, then I'll do it. And if it doesn't seem like something that my kids will like, then I just won't do it. And then with language arts, this curriculum it's a 4-day out of the week curriculum. So I love that schedule. I think it's super flexible, because sometimes we'll miss a day in the middle of the week and we'll have to catch up. And I just think it allows for that flexibility with your schedule and with just real life. For language arts, they have it broken up into phonics and spelling, handwriting, your readers, and then they also have creative expression, which creative expression is mostly just more handwriting. And they do a lot of handwriting without tears, which I love this. If we don't end up using BookShark next year, I for sure want to keep using handwriting without tears, and I for sure want to keep using Math UC and different fun chapter books that I can read to my kids. They have creative calendar, and I love this too. I think it's really fun to just have your kid fill in a calendar and start to understand how time works and the days of the week and all that. And I think it's a fun way to do that. And also they're writing their numbers out, so it's helping with numbers and learning how to write your numbers. Oh, and also I forgot to say that we do devotionals. Either I will read just straight from the Bible, or I will do our 24 Family Ways by Clay Clarkson. I think that is his name. So yeah, we will do our devotions too, pray together and all that. Another thing that they have in the language arts, sorry, I'm jumping back and forth, is these little readers. So these are kind of like, almost kind of like the Bob's books. Those are pretty popular, but I almost feel like these are even more simple than Bob's books, which I like. So the washing machine is on right now, and I don't know if you guys can hear that, but sorry. Anyways, one thing that we do use that's not a part of the curriculum is teach your child to read in 100 easy lessons. Yeah, so that has been working. I actually tried using that curriculum when my son was younger, but he just wasn't catching on to it and he was getting frustrated, so I decided to take a break from it and try again later. And now that he's 6 years old, he is catching on to reading a lot faster, which I'm grateful for. Because there's like so many videos on YouTube with like, teach your 3-year-old to read. I'm like, my 3-year-old just learned to talk. So if your kid is having trouble reading, don't get discouraged, because I was totally there. Sometimes you just gotta take a break and try again later. So then after we do language arts, we will do science, and science is so fast. So basically, we have a simple book like this. We will read only like 2 pages like this. We'll just simply read the 2 pages and answer like 3 questions. Sometimes he will have little things to cut out and glue onto his little worksheet that they give you. And he has his own separate science binder, because the science portion of our curriculum got sent in later than all the other stuff. So the science curriculum, we're on week 16, and then the other stuff we're on week 20. With the science, there's 3 days of science, and then on the 4th day you do a science experiment. But I like to save the science experiment for Saturday. So we'll do school Monday through Thursday, and then Saturday we'll have like a little experiment. And they're always super simple experiments. They're not really like that difficult. And okay, so for my second son, Usually what I will do for him is have him color or draw or do little puzzles or do Duplo, or sometimes he will do reading eggs. The reading eggs is a bit like more advanced for him, but since I have it and it's Eli's reading eggs, what I have him do is just do like level 1. And sometimes that keeps them entertained while we do homeschool. So that is what my younger son does. And I personally like to do homeschool when my daughter takes her first nap. And I would say all of this takes about an hour, a little more or a little less than an hour, depending on what you have to do that day. With the schedule, and this is an open and go schedule. One last thing I want to say is if something in your curriculum is not working for your child or for you, then change it and don't guilt yourself for changing it. There was times when we first started this curriculum, I was like, we have to do everything it says to do on the schedule. There's no, like, I don't want to like miss anything, but it's okay if you miss something or if you don't like a book. For example, we did not like this book. I think it's too advanced for my son. But who knows? Your child might like this book. Every child is different, so what works for my family may not work for your family. Best advice I can give you is to just pray about it and ask God for wisdom when it comes to homeschool, and continuously be praying about your homeschool. So yeah, that is it for this video. I hope it has encouraged you guys and that you have a blessed day in Jesus' name. Okay, bye!